It was not even close to me. And that summarizes this game pretty much nicely. There's a lot of really cool ideas, really badly realized. Why are we in stealth mode? He has my bow.
Just you and I now, Lara. You have no weapons, no allies, no hope. This place, I told you, you can't escape. I've got you. Come fight me. Don't hide in the shadows. You're made of stronger stuff.
Are you for real, game? This is your grand finale.
I wonder, did you watch your friend Jonah die? A gut wound is a nasty. Is he still bleeding out somewhere while you hide from me?
I don't think I'm supposed to melee him.
Just you and I now, Lara. You have no weapons, no allies, no hope. This place will become your... No! My destiny lies in the Chamber of Souls. I've come too close to be stopped now. You think I can't see you? Yes! This is not my destiny. I was meant for greatness.
This was never your destiny. Your sister let you believe that.
I did all of this for her. Don't you walk away from me. Wait! Trinity killed your father.
No, you're lying.
He begged for his life. And when that failed, he begged for yours.
You're wrong! Shut up! Just shut up!
Come on, do it! He would have held you back.
Burn in hell.
Was there supposed to be some sort of morally choice there? Like, for real? Like, there was a scene where I was going down, basically Hell's corridor, and there were then everything was inflamed, and there were some, and all of the Trinity soldiers were burning, and then one reacted and was in a burning death animation. I didn't hesitate and headshot him instead of letting him burn. And here it's a win-win. On one side, I get to get my revenge, and on the other side, I don't get to be a human piece of shit that lets a man bleed and burn out. There was no... Like, actually walking away would have been worse.
Stop! Your men are defeated. Your brother is dead. No! That's what Trinity has wrought. Death. And that's all they'll ever bring. Give this up.
I gave up everything for this. I have no intention of giving it to Trinity.
What about your father? You're dooming him to be mocked by history. How can you let this go? When you're so close?
I'm willing to make that sacrifice. I can't let you take it.
Think of the millions suffering and dying. We can save them. We can change the world.
I really like this angle, but as from what we were told from the Prophet and what we have seen is that these guys are so long alive now that they just went mad with the constant repeat of death and getting brought back to life to become basically they are only killing machines now. There's no trace of humanity left. So even if we make the world invulnerable to age and damage or anything, the end result of that would be an endless cycle of madness in the way this is produced. I like these themes that often revolve around it. Like before I touched on the typical themes that the empathy that grows with immortality, and here it's also another theme can be brought in, that always humans try to achieve greater things, but in order to do that they also need to feel a pressure of dying, of living, and living against death on the clock. Often that is portrayed as something humanity needs to have in stories. And so having now both sides of the coin fight against each other or arguing against each other, especially since Anna has been living so much with the Crofts, this is... both of these characters really are at the end of their line. Like, Lara really has... Does she leave her father behind. Like, I really do not like Lara's mental in this game. Because the game taught me that before her father killed himself, yeah, I don't want to assume his gender. Before her father killed himself, he had a massive fight with Lara, and that was the last tipping stone before he killed himself. And she now is on this giant guilt trip of achieving his last goal. But if you go down the list of what needed to be happen for them to be this rich, to live in the manor and everything, how successful of an archaeologist he was, and now to be brought to the brink of suicide and then actually doing it, like how much needed to go wrong, or how many people told him to just stop. And now she is still in this and now Lara is in this complex of wanting to redeem his name in some sort of way, and it's the only thing she wants in her life. Like, at the first I said, yeah, this is the thing that connects her to her father, but the dialogue between Jacob and Lara clearly made it obvious to me that this is not a attempt to clear his name. This is more like a trance, like a battle fury for her. Like, she is way too hard tunneled on finding this, and she even had some hollow surface level good goals, like researching the divine source and everything, to bring health to humanity, to like Anna, basically. Like Anna, we know she's death sick. We don't exactly know what it is, but we can assume it's something about the lungs and maybe possible cancer, but they don't really tell us what she has. She maybe has a month or a few weeks left. So now we are supposed to believe that Lara... No, wait. Are we supposed to believe that, or is my brain just making a mistake here, assuming that Lara now wants this thing to be just left on neutral ground to never be discovered? It might be my brain messing up. Yeah. Anyways, we have... I'm just gonna go with that flow. Could be my brain messing up, but I'm going with it. That Lara just wants to leave the divine source source behind, and knowing that it won't bring any good to this world. And Anna now is also pretending to bring good to this world, but it's more motivated through her own personal goal to not die. And now we will witness the clash of these two characters.
Together.
The cost is too high, Anna. We aren't meant to live forever. Death is a part of life.
That's easy for you to say. You're not the one who's dying.
But this is
That is actually a pretty strong point every one of us realizes as we get older. And that at first, when you are young, you know death is part of life. A lot of people lose a family member very early on, and but you never really take it too hard as with older age. Like how like the closer you get to death, the more precious you realize life is. So Anna bringing this up is a really good point, especially for the observer, for me, the player, having the contrast between her, who is of elderly age, and Lara, who is still in her teens to 20s. I actually would have to look her age up. I don't currently know her age.
About you. This is about humanity, about protecting what it means to be human.
They're coming! We're surrounded!
This I don't like. I would have much more liked for one of the Immortal Army members to stand there. And then maybe have Jacob kill the Immortal Army dude, or the group that could emerge. But having Jacob here, we're gonna see. I'm gonna let them cook.
Jacob, look out!
The source is not meant for the world!
This is your chance, Lara. Everything I've done, everything you've done. Another Croft doesn't have to die for this.
Small attention to detail. It's actually the weapon that I have currently equipped instead of the default weapon. I really like when games do that instead of having the also the clothes she has on. Now that I've started paying attention to it, now I'm doing it more. That the clothing skin that I had packed, she's actually using it in the cutscene instead of having only the default one. Great attention to detail.
I'm willing to.
Well, I'm not.
Oh, they're actually doing the Undying Army.
Please. I'm dying. This is my only hope.
Anna, no!
Too bad they never really explained what it actually does. And here we go with the atypical enemy meme that an ancient thingamajig that has been around since the beginning of the universe, because no one knows when it actually was around. But it can be destroyed by simply scattering it on the ground. And just think about the amount of energy that could be inside of this crystal to keep everyone of the Immortal Army alive. You know? It's definitely a good thing to just slam it and destroy it.
It's okay.
I'm
He
sorry.
actually says it, it's fine.
Jacob, hold on.
I've held on for too long already.
You knew I'd destroy it.
In all my years, I've met few as extraordinary as you. It's finally happening. My ending.
I'm sorry. All I wanted was to make a difference.
You already have. You already have.
Man, first I didn't like Jacob because I knew he would be, or I thought he would be like a token male, just like the previous game that would help you along. He would be the cool guy, basically. but then him developing like this, I like it a lot. I still really hate how they danced around the divine source and what it actually does, and how long they held up on those answers to make the game go a little bit longer. Now I can say that. Before I didn't say that, but now that we are towards the end, I can say that teased it a little bit too long. But sadly, I will not get my answers to why he decided to now have a child, or why he never gave up on creating new life in general. I really like Jacob. Also, he's
My
not
dearest
apologetic about what he's
I
doing.
often think about how my
takes
father
full
would turn over in
responsibility.
his grave if he knew the shame I had brought upon our family's name. Croft, what does it even mean? I just hope you can make your own mark on this world someday. Remember that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are.
Destroying the source was the right thing to do.
I still feel like I let him down.
I think you would have made the same choice. Come on. You've got a plane to catch.
I'd listened to his last tape 1,000 times, but it's as if I was hearing my father's words only now, for the first time. It doesn't matter what choices he would have made. I have to make my own. The myth of Kitezh was real. There are secrets out there that can change the world. I need to find them, not for my father, not for anyone else. Trinity is still out there, and they're more powerful than I ever imagined. I can stop them. I can make a difference. I can make the right difference.